What is going on, everyone? This is Sulky, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the lovely Valentine's Day. Are we going to see an event for this holiday, and if so, what is it gonna look like? That's what we're going to talk about today, so hit that like button if you're excited for a potential new event to come to Animal Crossing New Horizons. And let's get started. So we all know that there's one thing that we can at least look forward to, and that is the return of Pave. Nintendo teased in their trailer that we'd learn more about Pave at the end of January. So based on that information, it seems like we'll get something either this week or next week. And of course, we all know that Pave is the NPC that celebrates Festival. And if you want to know more about Festival and what to expect from Pave's event, go ahead and click the link right there at the top of this video. So it could potentially be that when we get the trailer for Festival, there's something at the end of it that teases the next event, similar to how we've seen with all of these other events. We usually get the NPC that's in charge of it making an appearance at the end of the trailer video. So hopefully the next event we see on here is something that has to do with Valentine's Day. Now, I have no idea what potential NPC could possibly make an appearance, but if I were to pick someone that I would love to see for this, it would, yeah, you guessed it, be Brewster. Now, it would be amazing to have Brewster come back in full effect with the roost, giving us some yummy beverages for the month of February. Now, a lot of people have speculated that Brewster is probably going to make an appearance next fall or winter, just to add something fresh to the game when we do experience those seasons again. Because if you think about it, we're approaching the point where we have already gone through all of the events. After Pave will probably be the return of Zipper Tea Bunny and Bunny Day, which is something that we saw last March when the game came out. So technically, after Pave, we're just going to get a bunch of repeats and know exactly what's going on for those holiday events. So it would be super cool to see Nintendo do something like incorporate new NPCs into the holiday events, and that way the game stays fresh. However, I'm not sure how likely that's going to be. I don't know if they are going to continue to freshen it up each time a holiday comes through again, but it would be cool to see. If that doesn't happen, then yes, absolutely 100%. I think that Brewster should make an appearance for Valentine's Day. I think it'd be really cute to grab a coffee and go on a little date with your villagers at the roost. It would be just so wholesome and adorable, and we would not see this coming. So if Brewster's face is at the end of the trailer when we get to hear more about Pave, I will absolutely freak out. And let me know down in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think we'll see Brewster for Valentine's Day? Do you think we'll see him later on? Let me know. I would love to hear it. But there are, of course, other NPCs that could potentially make an appearance. I'm not entirely sure which ones fit in with Valentine's Day. Even with Brewster, it's a little bit of a stretch, but what can you do? I'm just super eager to see him again, as you all know from my Brewster video that I had done earlier this year. But there are still a lot of NPCs that we have not seen. I'm thinking about Katrina and her fortune telling, and I do think that she'll probably make an appearance eventually because we did get that introduction to Luck. But I digress. Let's talk about what would be in store for Valentine's Day if we actually do get this event. Now, there is one more reason why Brewster could potentially be in this update, but let me talk about first what happened in previous games for the Valentine's Day event. So if you didn't know, Valentine's Day actually was an event in Animal Crossing. We saw this in City Folk and New Leaf. And if you don't know, before New Horizons, New Leaf was the most recent console game for Animal Crossing. Of course, I'm not talking about Pocket Camp here because that is a mobile game. So New Leaf was the most recent console game. And essentially what this event did was give you time to prep for the holiday, similar to what we saw in New Leaf for Toy Day. We didn't necessarily see Toy Day have too much of an impact on your daily gameplay leading up to December 24th, but in the past you did, and you would prep by hearing what your villagers were interested in getting for the holiday. So in the Valentine's Day event, villagers would do the same thing. They would start hinting about what they wanted to give out for the holiday to another special villager. And now we have not seen the NPCs that usually run the post office because we don't have a post office in New Horizons, but Pete, who was the pelican that delivered the mail, actually made an announcement about preparing for Valentine's Day and making sure that your mailbox was empty so you can get presents, which was super cute. But on the actual holiday itself, you would get letters in the mail from the villagers that were in your town. Now, because it's Nintendo, it was only villagers of the opposite gender that you were. So if you're playing as a woman in Animal Crossing, Crossing, you would only get mail from those male villagers. So for example, I would see something from probably Dobie or Roscoe in the mail, as opposed to seeing something from Whitney. Now, in addition to getting something cute in the mail from them, they would actually put a gift on it as well. And your present would be determined by how well you know that villager. So if you have a really good friendship with them, you would get something like furniture in the mail, but if you weren't that close, you'd get clothing, which is hysterical. Now, in addition to that, you could also get chocolate cake from your villagers by interacting with them, and you could get a gift in the mail from your mother, similar to how we see in New Horizons with her giving us gifts based on what season it is. Now, the chocolate cake isn't edible in New Leaf. It's something that you can use as a furniture item, just as you can use the cake from Mom as a furniture item in New Horizons. Remember when we were talking about good old Brewster before? Well, if you visited the Roost on Valentine's Day, you would actually get a hot chocolate instead of the typical coffee that you normally would receive from them. And in addition to this, Brewster would wish you a happy Valentine's Day. Now, we do see the same thing in City Folk with Brewster. You can still get the hot chocolate from him in that game as well. Now, in City Folk, it wasn't every male villager on your island, or female if you're playing as a man in the game. You would only get a letter from your closest friend that was a villager on your island, and they would of course be the opposite gender of you. However, the gift that you got was actually this chocolate heart that you could eat. So it is interesting to me that Brewster did have something unique happen for him and your interaction with him on Valentine's Day. So it could be a really cool introduction to hot chocolate if Nintendo decides to give us Brewster for this event. And that about does it for Valentine's Day in Animal Crossing. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you make of all this? Do you think that we're going to get Brewster and coffee and hot chocolate, or are we just not even going to get this event at all? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to hear it, and thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more Animal Crossing New Horizons content, and I will see you in the next video.